Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So, I'm not going to turn on the lights or anything like that. I'm not even hiding in the dark. I'm just in a place where God has me protected and safe from any kind of danger, any kind of setups, any kind of attacks. And my goodness, He keeps reminding me that I do not need to have my head on a swivel any longer. When God says He will go before you and make the ways straight, the path clear, when I tell you that is the truth, that is the truth. And He will give you confirmation as well too, to let you know that He's done what He said He was going to do. He'll give you repeated confirmation, because He knows how our minds think and process and how we feel. He knows what the enemy will try to do and or engage in to try to get access to us. He is aware of how not only vulnerable His children are, but also how angry His children are. He's aware of how violent we can be. And He is hiding us and protecting us not only from ourselves, but from those that choose to come against us, those that choose to attack us, those that choose to stalk and harass us. It's a protection for them as much as it is for us. Even more protection for them. Now, I got permission from God to speak on a few different topics, even while He has me here cloaked and protected and covered, safe. I mentioned this before in another video, how men are fairly simple creatures. And I'm not being disrespectful when I say that. You know, there are people that will make statements and comments like that. In short, being very rude, very disrespectful, and hurtful towards men. And that is not what I do. That's not what I'm about. I've never been about that. Not for men, and definitely not for women. I just speak the truth, and I call out the bullshit. And I tell you about yourselves, because a lot of y'all, you know you're wrong. You know you're wrong in your behavior and how you treat women, as well as how you treat men, how you view women, as well as how you view men. You really have a fucked up, twisted, warped sense and mind and mentality. And I can understand how a lot of individuals got to that. It's because how they were treated. You know, they were lied to, they were deceived, they were used, they were manipulated, you know, and they're angry. You know, this ties in with why I just said they're angry. They're angry, they're pissed off. Because they were lied to, they were manipulated, they were tricked, they were abused, they were, you know, violated. You know, and not everybody heals. Some people take that anger, take that hurt, and it festers, it grows in them like cancer. And they take it out on other people. The same type of people that they once were. Naive, uneducated, unknowing, vulnerable, sensitive, Pollyanna-like attitude, mentality when it comes to relationships and love and respect. And they figure, you know, well, you know, I was tricked. I was a sucker, so to speak. I was a sucker for love. Shout out Tina Marie. They were a sucker for love. They were a sucker for thinking someone really cared and truly wanted them, when all they wanted was sex, or all they wanted was attention, validation, whatever. You know? So, you know, They say that men are fairly simple creatures, right? And then they say women are complicated and complex. And when I tell you, yeah, a lot of that is true. But really, what the truth is behind all of it, everybody is looking for authentic, genuine love, care, compassion, validation. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to be single. They don't want to be in this life, living this life by themselves. They don't want to be going through the ups and the downs by themselves. They want to have somebody next to them. And they want to have somebody next to them that's going to be loyal and that's really going to love and care about them and do things for them and support them and so on and so forth. The problem is reciprocity is lacking on both sides. And what people think and believe is important is not important. Materialistic things are not important. Money is not important. I saw a sign yesterday on the back of a truck that said, "It's just paper." The dollar sign. It's just paper. It's just paper. It's just paper. I saw that sign for a reason. I saw it for a reason. And even that just made me feel, yeah, it is just paper. And I've heard that before, many a times, but I needed that reminder because so many people are hung up on that paper. They're so hung up on those materialistic items. They're so held up on things that do not matter, the possessions, the name brand, the neighborhood. And they're striving for these materialistic things. They're striving for paper, thinking that that is what is going to make them feel better, thinking that that is what's going to give them the power and control and ability to find what it is that they really truly want. And usually what they end up finding is a gold-digging whore or a gigolo pimp. Using what they got between their legs to get what they want. And then at the end of their life realizing that, you know what? There's so much more than just this money and these materialistic things. Especially when they can't even take that with them. When their soul is disgusting and dirty. When their spirit has all these negative, toxic, nasty entities attached to it. I'm sick of this crap. People want relationships, and they're not finding the relationships that they desire. And then they're not finding the relationships that they desire because maybe they're not supposed to be in a relationship with anybody else. They need to be in a relationship with themselves first. They need to love themselves first. They need to like themselves first. They need to respect themselves first before they can love, respect, care for anybody else. But then the bottom line for a lot of individuals as to why they're looking for a relationship is because they want someone to take care of them. They want to be taken care of. But they're really not worthy of being taken care of because they haven't taken care of themselves yet. They're looking for someone else to play daddy or play mommy. Take care of me, buy me this, buy me that. Maybe because their mother and father didn't take care of them when they were young. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt. I took care of myself in my bedroom, in the closet, hiding, protecting myself from the negative energies outside of that closet. From the abuse, the mental abuse, and the physical abuse. I was taking care of myself at 6, 7 years old. Learning how to navigate around toxic individuals that were supposed to love me and care for me. But the truth of the matter is, nobody has to love you or care for you. You gotta love and care for your fucking self. Because at the end of the day, You could be married with children in a big, lovely house, driving the most expensive cars, being able to buy this and buy that, and you can't even trust the motherfucker that's laying next to you. He or she may not even be loyal to you, may not really even truly like you or love you. They're using you, just like you use them. I'm so tired of this crap. It's toxic. And it's spreading like cancer on everybody. There's no wonder a lot of men don't want to get married. There's no wonder why a lot of women don't want to get married. There's no wonder why people don't even want to date. Oh, they'll fuck, but they don't want to date. Because they're wondering, what's the use? What's the point? I just want to fuck anyway. Let me go out here and fuck as many people as I can. This is their attitude. And spread this toxicity that I have within me to everybody that I can. Nasty behavior. You don't know how it feels to be me. You don't know what I've been through, but I'll tell you this. I'm not out here being a toxic, negative energy out here in the world. I'm not spreading what I went through. I dealt with that. I healed from a lot of that toxicity and that behavior that I grew up with, that I was attached to, that I was around in different environments and so on and so forth. It's a damn shame, even in careers, you have to deal with people's toxicity. You can't even have a career or a position and not have to deal with someone's toxicity from their childhood, from their insecurities. People can't even leave their stuff outside. They have to bring it wherever they go and affect anybody that comes around them or anybody that they're around. I'm tired of this crap. Aren't y'all tired? Then do the work.